Hello students, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about endocrine system in humans. So already I have given an introduction to this endocrine system. So without any waiting, let us jump into the details. So this endocrine system, if you remember, I have told it is made up of glands. So what is a gland? A gland is an organ that produces and secretes certain substances which have some specific function in the body. So in our body, there are two types of glands, exocrine gland and endocrine gland. So exocrine glands are called as duct glands. They have a duct. Like liver, if you see this liver, it will secrete the juice. So this juice is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, so this is the liver, this is the gallbladder. So whatever the juice secreted by the liver, the bile juice, okay, so it is stored in the gallbladder. So this is called as exocrine gland. It means it has some structure which stores its juice and secretes whenever it is required. Whereas these endocrine glands, they don't have any storage parts. They directly release the secretions into blood. They directly release the secretions into the blood. So these are called as ductless glands. So let us look at these two in more detail. So what are exocrine glands? So exocrine glands comprise an acinus and a duct. So what is an acinus? Is a small sac-like cavity surrounded by the secretory cells which stores the juices. Okay. And duct, a tube or a passageway through which these secretory juices will travel. So if you remember the example what I was quoting in the previous slide, that is the liver, right? So liver secretes bile juice. So this is stored in the gallbladder, and this is also associated with another organ, that is pancreas. So this together, the juice of pancreas as well as the juice of this liver travel together, and this duct is called as hepatopancreatic duct. So hepatopancreatic duct. Okay, so this is one good example for the exocrine glands. Okay, so this gallbladder is the acinus here, and this is the passageway through which this bile juice will travel, and the pancreatic juice from pancreas will travel. So this is called as hepatopancreatic duct. So now let us look at the endocrine glands. So these endocrine glands, they doesn't have duct or any other storage secretions. They directly secrete into the blood. So they are called as ductless glands, and moreover, the secretions of these endocrine glands are the hormones. These endocrine glands secrete hormones. Okay, so what are hormones? So before looking into the what are these hormones, let us look at, or let me introduce you to the different endocrine glands present in our body, because this is our topic of interest of today. So coming to the head part. So this head region, it has three different glands. One is the pineal gland, hypothalamus, and pituitary gland. One is the pineal gland, the second one is the hypothalamus, and the third one is the pituitary gland. So this pituitary gland is known as master gland of the body. So why we call it as master gland of the body? And that we will look in the coming slides. So now let us look at the neck part. So the neck part contains thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. So these are the two glands which are present in the neck region. And coming to the thoracic region. So the region where the lungs are located, it is called thoracic cavity. So in the thoracic cavity, thymus gland is present. And coming to the abdominal region, it means the region of stomach. So the abdominal region contains stomach, pancreas, and adrenal glands. So along with the just below the abdominal cavity, there are ovaries, and in the scrotum, that is below the abdominal cavity, there is testis. So these both ovaries and testis, they contain the endocrine glands. Okay, ovaries and testis itself, they are the endocrine glands. Okay, so now before looking into the details of each and every endocrine gland, let me introduce you to the what are hormones. Okay, the nature of the hormones, and what is pituitary gland, how it regulates, or why it is called as master gland of the body. So let me introduce to these two aspects first, then after we will look into the each and every gland in more detail. So what are hormones? So these hormones are non-nutrient chemicals. They are not nutrients. They are produced in trace amounts. It means they are produced in very less quantity, and they act as intracellular messengers. So inside the body, if the body want to communicate with one organ, want to communicate with another organ, so these hormones are utilized as the messengers. This is in brief about the hormones. So now let me talk about why pituitary gland is called as master gland of the body. So the pituitary gland, it is called as master gland of the body because it controls all other glands. Because it controls all other glands of the body. Okay. So where it is located? It is located under and the control of hypothalamus. Even this control, the master gland of the body, is also controlled by the another master, that is hypothalamus. So the production of hormones by endocrine glands of the body is regulated by feedback mechanism. So now let us try to understand what is this feedback mechanism. So if you see here, the pituitary gland, so this one, the pituitary gland is the master gland of the body. So this is controlled by hypothalamus. Okay, so you can see the arrows. It means the positive arrow, it means this is activating this anterior pituitary gland. So this pituitary gland, then it will secrete some hormone. So this hormone will go and activate the another endocrine gland, and this endocrine gland will produce hormone. So this hormone, when it reaches some quantity, like when it reaches some certain, the production of this hormone reaches certain quantity, so this will go and signal pituitary gland as well as hypothalamus to stop the production. So you can see the symbols here. So this is called feedback mechanism. Why is it called feedback mechanism? The product of this process. So because of the entire process, this is the product. So this product is going back and telling to stop the production. So that is why this mechanism is called as feedback mechanism. Okay. So in the coming slides or in the coming video, we will be talking about each and every gland in more detail, and we'll be explaining this feedback mechanism also. So it's time for questions. So please make a note of these questions. Try to answer on your own. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, and subscribe the video along with your friends. If you have any doubts, please write in the comment section. We'll be happy to answer. So in the next video, we'll be discussing about thymus, pancreas, and pineal gland.